Hey guys, welcome to the RevitKid.com. So today we're going to explore how to create a symbolic door swing, which is the one you're going to see in plan view. Right now we're just going to do a 90-degree open. Next I'll show you an advanced door where we can actually adjust the swing angle. So first, if you remember, we drew the door panel and we hid the visibility in plan view. So now we just need to make symbolic lines. But first what we want to do is we want to create a parameter, a reference plane that's going to reflect the width of the door, and it's going to move with the width of the door. So first I'm going to create the reference plane here, and I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to move it out whatever the door is right now. I think it's about 3 feet. And now I'm going to dimension using DI on the keyboard from the center. So again, depending on the door, it might not be the center, it might be a parameter that you set up that pulls it away or forward. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to keep it in the center. And now I'm going to select this. I'm going to use the width parameter we already have created. So we have one called width, which is already set to 3 feet. And now what that means is, as our door, and let me go to, actually, minimize this. I'm going to go to 3D view and show you what happens as we move. So we have our door here, and then we have our plan view of it. So now if I change this width, you'll see the actual width of the door is going to move, and that reference plane is going to move relative to the center of the wall, which is nice. So if I go here, move this out of the way, change the width to 4 feet, click apply, you'll see everything move, which is nice. So that's exactly what we want. So let's pull that back down to 3 feet, apply. Now we're going to create one more reference plane. I'm going to copy, so we put this bigger. I'm going to copy this reference plane. I'm going to pull it out 2 inches. I'm going to dimension to it. I'm going to select this 2-inch dimension. I'm going to use our thickness. So this is going to be relative to our actual panel thickness, which is nice. So now as all that moves, our symbolic lines will move. Now it's as simple as drawing lines. So we go to annotate, we use symbolic lines, and you want to make sure that you click the correct line type, because then you can actually change this project wide through object standard, which is nice, object line working standard. So I'm going to go to panel cut. I'm going to use the square like I like to use. Draw it across here. Yeah, even if it doesn't reflect the actual panel, that's alright. It's actually not doing panel shoot, so maybe I'll draw that somewhere else. Let's redo that. Let's close this. We're going to delete this one. I'm forgetting that I want to try and make it a little more realistic. So let's pull this 2 inches off of the top here, the width here. So let me delete the width. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I get to here. So this is going to be our 3-foot mark. I'm going to change this to our width. And our 2-inch we're going to pull off of the inside here. I'm going to copy this over 2 inches. Dimension from here to here. Give that the thickness parameter. Okay, now we can draw lines. We go to annotate, symbolic, panel cut, go to my rectangle here, pull it down, lock everything so it stays in place. So I'm just going to lock, and lock. And now we have a panel. Now all we have to do is add the swing line. First let's test the panel. So if we change our width to 5 feet, our panel moves. We change it down to 2 feet, not 2 inches, 2 feet, apply. Our panel moves 3 feet, our panel moves. So that's great, that works fine. Now we just have to add our swing. So we go to annotate, symbolic lines, and on our line type we're going to go to plan swing. I use the center ends arc, because this way it actually automatically locks, which is very nice. So if I click center ends, start at the center, pull it across to the end, and then pull it back. Now we have a difference here because of our width versus our frame depth. So if we want, we can actually think about a way to let's lock this. A way to make this width actually correct based on math if we want it. Or we can subtract whatever inches we have here. So let's just make sure this works first. So now if I change the width to 2 feet, click apply, you can see our swing pulls down, so that's good. So now the only issue we have is the fact that this width is 2 inches too big. So an easy way to fix this for now would be to actually pull the width off of the center line here, pull this back to 3 feet, and drop this. Give this our door width again. Now we're all set. The reason for that 2 inches was because we built our frame inward. So realistically, our width parameter should be adjusted a little bit. So if we have, we can actually try something real quick here. If we have width, we can say, let's see, height. We can actually make a new width parameter. Maybe I'll say that for another tutorial. So that's how you make a plan view. I'll bring this into the project now. Override existing. Now on our level 1, you can see we actually have our swing. So there's our door swing. You can see it flips, it flops, and if we edit the widths, do something like 6 feet, the door will adjust. If we get our thickness, so 4 inches, you can see it adjusts, which is very nice. We had a little funky thing going on there. But that's basically how you do a plan view swing. So the next tutorial I think I'll save for thinking about sort of how we can use math to actually solve that new offset distance. So stay tuned for that.